So this is a quick recipe I found online, and I'm gonna start by preparing the herb mixture. So using a teaspoon, I'm gonna add some basil, some oregano or oregano, a little bit of sage, some parsley, and only a little bit because it'll be followed by its cousin, some coriander leaf. Then I put quite a bit of tarragon and some paprika. Then I add a bit of minced garlic, a little bit of Himalayan salt, and a bit of black pepper. Now you can use any mixture of herbs you'd like, and hopefully you can see that it's actually not that much. It's just because I used a teaspoon super close to the camera. So altogether you should have some pasta, some water, a kitchen utensil, some tomato passata, which can be mixed with garlic, onion or other herbs, the herb mixture that you prepared earlier, and some olive oil. Now we're ready to go outside. Or you can cook inside if you really don't fancy it.
A few moments later.
Okay, this is quite new, filming outside. To make the pasta, to cook it, I'm going to be using my Trangia. I think it's 25 or 27. I think it's 27, the smaller one, and it's a gas stove. My head's too big for my head. So I've set up everything behind me. As you can see, I'm quite far away from the camera because I've got my umbrella and I don't exactly want to set fire to my umbrella, so fire safety. So it's really cold, so if I'm shivering, that's fine. It's like -2 degrees, but you know, you carry on. I'm gonna turn on the Trangia, but just before I do, I'm going to prepare the sauce inside. So I'm gonna do the water, which is in the blue bottle, and some tomato passata. The oil I've left inside, and scissors and mixing stuff because I don't really have anywhere to put it and I don't want to leave it in the snow. So in the bowl, I'm gonna put some sauce. I like to put the tomato first because I'd rather the sauce be more tomatoey than more watery. Water. And you want to kind of have enough so that's going to leave the water to boil, because quite a few of the water is going to evaporate, because even though, you know, we have gas stoves at home, I feel like the Trangia gets much hotter, especially because of the, you know, type of material this is made. So I put about where there's the line, and then you're gonna want to put the herbs and the olive oil in and mix it all together, and then bring it to a boil before you put in the pasta. So that's what I'm gonna do right there. And just to quickly show you guys, this is what it looks like with the herbs inside. And then I'm gonna bring in the olive oil, bring out the olive oil and the wooden spoon and just mix it all up before I turn it on and bring it to a boil. And if you're doing this in the snow or the rain, try and keep the matches dry, because then you won't be able to light a fire if you need to for whatever reason. So you might actually end up using more olive oil or whichever oil you're using than you would have if you were cooking inside on an on an electric induction or gas stove indoors, because the Trangia pot material gets quite sticky once things start boiling off. So I'm going to put a bit more than I usually would, but still not like loads, just maybe a tablespoon or two. I don't know exactly, I kind of cook by eye, but yeah. Just mix it quick. This is more so to mix the water with the passata or whatever tomato you decide to use, if you use tomato, so that it kind of makes a good consistency, I guess, whilst the pasta is cooking. This is the sauce, and now I'll turn on the Trangia and cook. You can't really see the oil that much because of the herbs on top. I don't know, maybe if you look closely you can see it.
One eternity later.
Okay, so after having, recollected, it's a rat. It's still a mess, but I'm gonna try again. So when you turn on the Trangia, try and make sure you don't put your hand all the way in, because what has happened with some people I've been around is when they put their hand in, like that, when the flame lights up, because obviously the gas is coming out, they burn their hand, even if it's just temporarily. You don't want that. So try and, if you can, use longer matches, but if you can't, then just be cautious, basically, is what I'm saying. This, you don't want to leave this on the stove, because obviously it's gonna get hot and then you won't be able to pick up the pot or anything like that. So don't leave this on the pot. Just keep an eye on the pot, because obviously fire, and you don't want things burning too much. And I know it's getting darker, but bear with me, guys, I didn't plan for the thing to fall down. So yeah, I forgot to say, if you can't see the flame, try and listen for it, because there is a difference between hearing the hissing of the gas and the roaring of the flame. So just make sure you can hear the roaring of the flame, and you might see blue or particles moving around because it's hot. But yeah, just be careful, guys, and try and make sure you don't end up with a gas leakage, because when you relight your Trangia, you might not like massive amounts, but just a tiny bit. Again, be careful. This isn't like something you just do if you don't know how to do it. You need to be careful. It's not like a lot of stuff you need to know, but if you're like 10 and you don't really know how to use a Trangia, don't do it. But if you're, I don't know, 15 or 75, just make sure you know how and go for it. So I don't know if you could see from here, but essentially because I had 2 and a bit servings of pasta, it kind of allowed the pasta to kind of be slightly submerged by the sauce, which is what you want, because as we're not draining water or something out of after cooking the pasta, you want it to stay submerged. Try and make sure that the pasta doesn't go above the sauce, but also isn't too much underneath the sauce, so you kind of be able to feel it with whatever your cooking utensil is. It should be probably about this much below. And if for whatever reason whilst you're cooking you think you don't have enough liquid or sauce, you can just put a little bit more water or a little bit more tomato sauce. Also, I was meant to use white pasta, but then I realized we don't have enough, so it's brown pasta, and brown pasta takes slightly longer to cook than white pasta, just in case you didn't know that, but you probably did. Just like when cooking regular pasta, well, this is regular pasta, but just like when you cook pasta inside, you do want to stir it frequently, but even more so now because, like I've mentioned before, the material of the pot isn't very non-stick friendly. You can tell by the quality that it's getting darker, but usually I'm able to tell if the pasta is al dente or if it's ready just by prodding it with the kitchen utensil, but because it's really cold I can't feel very well, which, you know, is a given. And to be honest, I'm surprised my phone's even lasting this long in minus temperatures. I'm probably gonna give it 5 more minutes and then I'll say it's done. The end, this is the pasta, what it looks like. So this I would say is for probably about 1 really hungry person or 2 snacks, but yes, I'm gonna eat it. Here you are. It's a recipe you can do with outdoor cooking, whether you're camping, hiking, bored in a lockdown. This is for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, share with your friends whether you think I made a joke of myself or you just thought it was cool, and subscribe if you are new. But until next time, bye. Don't forget to leave your Trangia to cool down, otherwise you're gonna burn your hand or whatever it is you're using to pack this away. So I'm gonna probably leave it out here for 10 minutes. It probably only needs 5 because, you know, it's freezing outside, but I'll leave it for maybe 10 minutes and then I'll come back and collect it.